health. So anyone of you who have some understanding what is demography? Anyone of you? So it's there. It's at the top. It's population, population, population. So demography is a scientific study of the population. You want to study the population, like you as a population, I want to study you. But the question is, why in medicine? You are in a medical college, you are doing your MBBS, and we tell you that you have to understand or you have to study the population. Why do you need to know about the population? For what? Any idea?
Because we're going to work with them.
Yeah?
We're going to have to work with them in the future. As a doctor or as a family or as a group.
Right. So what do you want to know about that population?
Their health,
Their health? Yes?
Common diseases.
Common diseases. Anyone?
Disease related to population.
Disease related to population. Anything more? You can add up, no problem. We are open. Come on, give your suggestions. Why you want to learn about population?
Genetic disease that spread.
So the important thing about the population is that if I know that how many students are coming in the first year new batch, if I know how many they are, I can accordingly plan whether I need a big room, lecture hall, or a small lecture hall. Accordingly, I can say how many chairs I need, isn't it? If I know their level, that whether they are fluent in English or not, I can accordingly plan who are the students who need some extra effort, where I need to put in extra effort with them. That is the reason I need to know about my population. Yes? So let's see that why we need know and what are the things we are actually knowing about the population. So this is the same thing. The lectures, the topics, and so that's why I put also in the slide. It will be retained with you. You may lose the first Word document, but not this. So scientific study of human population. So community medicine is concerned with the health of people. And the health depends, as I said, on the number of people. So how many hospitals I have to have in the country, or in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, how many hospitals I have done. It will depend on how many people I have. Second thing, the space they occupy. So what does this mean, space they occupy? Means if people are living in congested areas, like cities, they are congested, the problems of having communicable disease are more than people who are living little bit apart, sparsely living. Then third thing is the skills they have. If you have a population and you don't have doctors in that, you don't have engineers in that, you don't have educationists in that, what will you do? You don't have nurses in that, you may build the hospital or other things, but you don't have the people with the desired skills to address those problems. So once we are talking about the health of the people, it depends upon the number of the people, the space they occupy, we need to know about that. We also need that, what are the skills with my population? What are the skills with my population? As Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is inculcating skills in you. This is, you are the population of the kingdom. So they are trying to increase or improve your skills as physicians, family physicians, as cardiologists, as gastroenterologists, because they want to address the people, health of the people. Yes?
We can say number 3 customs and
Number of?
number 3.
Please, we are talking about skills yet. Skills which you have. Skill arts which you have. We'll come to those cultures as well. But where from you get the data on the number of people? Where from you get it? These are the major sources. One is called a census. If you remember, every 10 years, people come to your house, they knock at your door. Yes, please, who is the head of the household? How many people are there? What's your age?
Yes.
What's your gender? What's your education? What's your income? They take this. Why? Because they have to plan the services. Not only health services. Please understand, health does not mean only hospitals. Health means more than that. Health also means good roads. Health means good buildings. Health means good medical care in the hospitals. Health also means education, good education. So that is why every 10 years they knock your door and take all the data. So that is why from we get the information about our population. Second is registration of vital events. What are those vital events? Any idea? So first thing is clear? First thing is clear, census?
Yes.
Every 10 years you might have seen that they are coming, knocking your door. In 2003 they have come. Now in 2013 they have also come. You might be remembering that. In 2023 they will be coming again. Knocking your door, what has happened to the population? Has the number of people increased? Has the number of people decreased? Or has the population remained same? That means there has been no change in the population. So that we quantify that what's happening to our population. Is it increasing, is it decreasing, or is it remaining constant? Accordingly, the government plans for health services, whether they are the water services, they are the roads, whatever they are, they come under the one umbrella of health, not medical only. Because you are thinking only when you are here in medicine that they are only to treat patients. The treatment is secondary level of prevention. You have primary level of prevention. We don't do anything with treatment, isn't it? You do health promotion, health education. You are right in first year. In second level of prevention, what do? Early diagnosis, then you do treatment. Tertiary, rehabilitation, and disability limitation. That's what you do. Is clear? So once you have the population, you know your population, you can manage all the levels of prevention. So this was one source where you get the demographic data. That means the data on population, how many males are there, how many females are there, what is the number of young children there. This is different data. Whether they are living in the cities or in the small villages. Then registration of vital events. So another source where from you can get the data, if you wish to get about your population, you can go to the vital registration section that's called as registration of vital events. Whenever there is a marriage in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you go and register. When there is a birth, you go and register. When there is a death, you go and register. When there is a divorce, you go and register. These are called as vital events. So you can go, you can check it up, you can find that there are details available. Third thing is the National Family Health Service surveys. That's why from time to time they go and carry out the service. These are the major sources of the information on demographic data of your population. Is that clear? Any query here? Up this point, where from you get the data? You get from here. But understand that there are three phenomena in the demography. What happens when you study the population? Number one, changes in population size. When we say size, we are quantifying a number. There are changes. When I say change, it can increase or decrease. I never said only increase. I say change. So change can be increased, change can be decreased. So this is the change phenomena that occurs in your population. Then composition of the population. The composition means what is the number of females, number of males. What is the number of children who are under 5 years or under 15 years. What is the number of population who are above 65. So you need to know. Because once you have these things in your mind, that I have more population at a younger age group, you can accordingly plan that you need more immunization for the children. You have to plan for more pediatric intensive care units or neonatal intensive care units. You need to have more better maternal and child health services. But if you have a population more in the elderly group, elderly 65 and above, then you will think that we need some hospitals for the geriatric age groups. They have multiple problems, so you need to orient your health services according to the composition of the population. That's why you need to know. That's the purpose of knowing. Then another is population distribution space, how they are distributed. Are they concentrated somewhere? So it will be easy for you to deliver services. If they are very sparsely, it will be very difficult to deliver service. You may have to have more primary healthcare centers at different places. There are advantages and disadvantages with this. But besides this, in demography, there are 5 demographic processes that take place in the population. What are those? Fertility, this is births occur in this population. Mortality, deaths occur in this population. So you need to know that how many newcomers are there in my population, young ones. And how many people are dying. Mortality means dying. They're dying because of road traffic accidents, because of diabetes, because of cardiovascular disease, whatever it may be. So you want to know and categorize, and accordingly you plan your service. Then marriages, what number of marriages. When there are more marriages, you need to have antenatal care checkups for them. You need to have more primary health care centers, more robust system of registration of the pregnant females. Then migration, so people are moving out or in. That's immigration or emigration. Then social mobility. Sometimes there is unrest and other things. People move from one place to another. Like in case of like civil unrest in Syria, people have been mobilized to one part. That's also part of the demographic process. So there are 4 ways in which the number of people change during time. I say change. I never said increase or decrease. So population growth, what happens? There are 2 things, natural increase and migration. The natural increase means you have to know that what was the number of births in 1 year, what was the number of deaths in that year. So you will come to know whether it has increased or decreased. Plus, you also need to know what was the net migration. Migration means the immigration, who are coming to you, or youth moving out. Then you will see whether the population has increased or population has decreased. So you have to know all these 4 things before coming up whether what happened to a population, what's happening to a population. Is that clear? It's very easy. It's a common sense. Please understand, HIC or community medicine is more a common sense. It doesn't need a rocket science. Now, every country, whether it's Saudi Arabia, it's India, it's Pakistan, it is USA, it's Europe, any country in the Europe, it passes through different phases or different stages. So these are the stages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should remember it. What are the stages? First stage is called as high stationary. What happens in high stationary is that the birth rate is more, but at the same time the death rate is also more. So number of deaths nullify number of births nullify number of deaths. So whatever is coming, but these deaths are nullifying the births. So overall there is no change. Overall, the population in a country doesn't change. Every country passes through these phases. So you are not in this phase. Not at all. Second phase, early expanding. What happens in the early expanding? That the death rate decreases, the birth rate decreases a little bit, but the death rate decreases more as compared to birth. So births are a little bit more as compared to deaths. So it will be a slow growth. So the population will increase, but will increase slowly. South Asia and Africa are examples. They are in this phase. Another thing is called as late expanding. In late expanding, you see there is one arrow that is decreasing, but death rate is very much decreasing. So this will, when this is coming in, the number of births, new entrants are increased. They are increasing because deaths are decreasing. So this is a rapid growth. And probably your country is also in this phase.
Why? Why?
Because births are there, your death rates have decreased. Death because of communicable disease is not here now. Your deaths due to non-communicable disease have increased, but the life, because of the life expectancy has increased. I will tell you what life expectancy is. So the number of people overall is increasing, not decreasing. So that's why you are in the rapid growth. India, China, Singapore, they are there. Now low stationary means again the same thing, but in the reverse direction. So it will be slow. Decrease will be there, but it will be slow. There was very slow because again it was same.
And this because of what you just told.
This one?
Because of what?
Yes. Because this stage occurs in the early part, you see, 1920. Because we had no control on the communicable disease. People were dying like anything because of communicable diseases. So people were coming in, but equal number were dying because of tuberculosis, because of whooping cough, because of so many communicable diseases. You had no control because of diarrhea. People were dying because of diarrhea, because of cholera. Now you are controlling them. So that's what's happening now over a period of time. Then there is a phase called as declining phase. Declining phase means that birth rate has decreased very much, but death rate has not decreased to that extent, or it has remained stationary. Overall, the number of people in that country decreases. That's called declining. So people here in Germany and Hungary, the population is decreasing. So they are giving incentives to couples, they are giving money to have more kids. Otherwise, the population will flourish over a period of time. But what happens to us? We are getting money to have less number of kids, isn't it? Okay. So this is you must understand it, and you should remember this by heart. That any country passes through these phases, whether it's high stationary, early expanding, late expanding, low stationary, or declining phase. So these phases you must understand. Now we talk about the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We are not living in India or any other European country, we live here. So when we live here, we should understand that the population is estimated to be about, it's in 2013, 29 million people are living in 2013. Now see what will happen. By 2020, the population will go up to 33 million. So when this thing happens, your health, your hospitals have to increase, the bed facility in the hospital have to increase, your immunization has to increase. So that's why we take this. We study population. If we will not study this, we will remain there, our healthcare will be there will be no progress. That's why the kingdom is making more and more doctors, because they know in the future what happens, the population increase, there will be less number of doctors. So new medical colleges are being opened. That is why you have to understand your population, your country's population. So overall there will be 13% increase. 13% is a huge chunk. So you need more doctors, you need more nurses, you need more teachers, you need more pharmacists, you need more road connectivity, you need more towers, telecom towers for connectivity, isn't it? So everything is planned on the basis of change in population. These are 10 most populous countries in the world. This you have not to remember, but this is for understanding what's happening. China is the top in the list. Out of total world's population, 20% lives here. India is second, 17%. And you go down, you can see USA, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Russia, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Japan. These are top 10 countries who have the maximum number of population. Yeah. 10 most populous means who have the highest number of people living in the country.
So there could be 20% of the...
No, 20% of total world's population. If world has got 100 people, 20 people are living here. 70 people are living here. That's called as percentage. Is that clear? So if you have 1,000 population in the world only, then 200 are living there. And 800 in the rest of the world. You can imagine. So this is what will happen to your kingdom. You have to understand what are our projections, what will happen to your population, and how you will satisfy the demands of the population. Because when there will be increase the population, there will be more demands, more needs. So you